A new deep space antenna has been built in WA with the potential to communicate with spacecraft as far away as Jupiter. The European Space Agency's new antenna is the latest to be constructed at the new Norcia station, 130 kilometres north of Perth, and will be operated in partnership with the CSIRO. Suzy, g'day. So set out for us what equipment has been operating at the new Norcia site north of Perth and for how long?
Yeah, so we've been running for nearly 25 years with a 35-metre antenna, great big huge antenna which we use to communicate with spacecraft all around the solar system. And we've got a little tiny 4.5-metre antenna that we use for talking to rocket launchers from French Guiana. It's lots of cool stuff. We've been talking to missions all around the solar system, Mars, Mercury, around the sun, even crashing a spacecraft into an asteroid.
Intentionally.
Yes, it's the only time I've ever wanted a sudden loss of signal.
Okay, so give us the details of this new piece of kit that's just been completed. A bit of an understatement there, describing it as a piece of kit.
So it's a wonderful many 100-ton 35-metre antenna that has a big suite of cryogenic feeds and cryogenic receivers and incredibly powerful amplifiers. So we're able to both talk to spacecraft, listen into spacecraft all the way out to Jupiter. I mean, a good example is that we can hear a mobile phone on Mars, and we can actually talk back. So we can talk back to these wonderful spacecraft, for example, JUICE, which is going out to explore the icy moons of Jupiter and have a look under the ice for hopefully science.
Yeah, and so how does that expand the capabilities of what you're doing there compared to what you could do before?
It's way cool. At the moment, as you can imagine, ESA has missions that run all around the solar system. So we're around Mars, around Mercury. We've got a new guy going out to Jupiter, and we can only point in one direction with the current 35-metre antenna. But now that we've got two, we've basically doubled the amount of data that we can pull down from all of these wonderful missions and doubled the amount of time that we can provide on the sky.
And you're doing this in conjunction with the European Space Agency, as I understand it. We tend to hear a lot about NASA and SpaceX, but how much of a force is the European Space Agency in space exploration?
European Space Agency is huge. They have a permanent commitment to the International Space Station, launching an enormous number of deep space assets. JUICE, as I mentioned, DART, Bepi Colombo in the inner solar system, Mars Explorer and ExoMars at Mars, Euclid, which is one of the new incredibly huge space observatories at the Lagrange point. So there are so many wonderful, wonderful ESA missions.
And you're in seventh heaven there?
Oh, absolutely. I get paid to do this job.
Good stuff. Okay, Suzy Jackson, thanks so much for having a chat to us from WA, and enjoy your new piece of kit.
Excellent, I will.